Hey guys, I wanted to go and do a quick video here on just some of the components and ammunition. I'm going to just give you a quick view here of cartridge components. This is an actual bullet, a center fire bullet. There's a powder to charge, you have a case, you have a bullet, and you have a primer which contains a priming compound. And you see that there? Okay. I'll show you the difference here between the rimfire and center fire cartridges. And the rimfire, which is like your 22 long rifle shorts, CB shorts, you have a rimfire cartridge that contains a priming compound. It's contained in the inside of the case head. This is crimped with a little explosive compound. The firing pin hits here, explodes it, gases ignite, the bullet comes out. With the center fire, you have a little primer cup here, which when the firing pin hits this, explodes, puts a flare of fire, ignites the primer mixture, and it comes out. Priming compounds contained in a metal cup. Here's the kind of procedure how it happens. You have a firing sequence, cartridge firing sequence. Cartridge is in the chamber. Firing pin strikes the primer, ignites the priming compound. Starts on fire, flame generated by the priming compound ignites it. The powder burns rapidly, producing high pressure gases. Gas pushes the bullet through the bore at high speed, and the bore is the barrel. And the bullet exits the muzzle. Hot gas makes a big bang. That's the gases exploding into the air. Okay, here cartridge designation, identification. Most of your barrels and guns are noted. It'll just see this says 45 auto. On your bullets on the bottom there's a stamping, and on the boxes some cartridges have more than one designation, such as 9mm para, 9mm Luger, 9x19, and 45 auto or ACP. So you want to make sure you use the right ammunition when you are doing this. There's plus P and plus P plus cartridges. On the bottom they are normally noted. See where the plus P is? This does not have a plus P. Some however are not. Make sure you do not put a plus P bullet, because it will fit in a non-plus P gun. You can explode it, and you can have problems. Just like it says here, designation loaded to higher than standard pressure. Levels for better ballistic performance. This higher pressure must be used only in guns certified for it, as shown on the label. And on the side, when in doubt, contact the manufacturer. Ammunition storage should be stored in a cool, dry place. Always keep the ammunition in the original factory box. Store the ammunition in a location where children or unauthorized people cannot access it. Don't expose it to water, solvents, temperature extremes. And you want to wipe off any fingerprints on them to avoid corrosion due to the saltiness that can, like in your fingertips and stuff like that. There's a few different types of malfunctions. There's a misfire, a hang fire, and there is a squib load. A misfire is a failure of the cartridge to ignite when struck by the primer. The case rim is struck by a firing pin. Could be defects or a defect in a pistol. A hang fire is a perceptible delay in the ignition. So you pull the trigger, you hear it go, the hammer goes down. 5 seconds later, the bullet goes out. Cartridge fires. A squib load is a cartridge developing less than optimal pressure. It might be incorrect load. Powder might not ignite. You'll get less of a noise, less of a recoil. Sometimes if there's real bad ignition, the bullet can get stuck in the barrel. So you really just have to be aware of it. Dominant eye. Dominant eye exercise is you can extend your arms forward with a little opening and do something in the distance. And then with both eyes open, bring your hand back to your face, and it will line up with the eye that's dominant. And you should use that one for sighting. Position is a platform. We're all shooting fundamentals. Your position should be comfortable, relaxed, and properly aligned with the target. You want to make sure of that. Elements, this is a bench rest. To actually initially center your gun so you can sight it in, you want to be at a bench rest. You're sitting down, you have underneath the gun a bean bag or a sack. A lot of people with rifles use this. And it says you sit behind the bench, feet are flat on the ground, both arms. This is you should line up your sights A lot of people use this for lining sights up. Okay, a two-hand grip. You pick up the actual handgun with your left hand. Okay, that's what they suggest. You, with your right hand, or whichever is your dominant hand, and whichever, if you're right-handed, you do it this way. For left-handed, you would pick probably the gun up with your right hand and reverse it. But you extend your hand like this with the palm. You push your gun right into the palm like that. Okay, and once you get a good firm palm grip on the back strap, that's the back of the grip, keep your finger above the trigger, because that's how you should actually at all times, if you're not going to be firing it, use that. Two-handed grip, basically bring the support hand to the shooting hand, wrap support hand around the shooting hand fingers, and bring the heel of the support hand firmly against the heel of the shooting hand. That's pretty much the two thumb grip. Thumb position, it should be as we're showing here. Revolver, non-shooting hand, thumb lies atop shooting hand thumb. And the semi-automatic, the non-shooting hand thumb is under the shooting hand thumb. Fundamentals: hold control, breath control, trigger, and follow through. Hold control, hold it right. Breath control, you probably want to take long, normal breaths. And when you're ready to fire, just momentarily hold your breath. Trigger, you want to have no jerking movement, just lightly do it. It should be a surprise, and you want to continue that through without flinching. Now, those are basically fundamentals. Aiming is a process of achieving the proper relationship between target and the rear sight. Okay, sight alignment, sight picture, and we'll go over here. Basically, that's how your sight should be aligned. This is the front, and this is the back. Top of the front sight, rear sight are even. Here's your sight picture. You can be either way on these sight pictures. Proper sight pictures obtained when the aligned sights are put into their proper relationship with the target. Okay, guys. Here is there's some errors in sight alignment and picture. If you look at A, the centering the target over too far to the right. B is perfect. C is too far to the left, and that's what kind of groupings that'll get you. You see that? You could just read that for a minute if you want. Okay, front sight focus. Basically, you should use your front sight and focus that on your target. It'll be blurry in the back, and the target will be blurry. This has to be not. And when shooting a pistol with iron sights, visually focus. Okay, that's what they want you to do, is visually focus on that. Okay, see how he's got it there? And visually focus on it. Front sight, this will leave the target, and rear sight slightly fuzzy, as shown, but clear. Hold control. Should properly hold and grip on a gun. Here's the arc of moment. The gun can go to the left, to the right, up or down. You should practice. It decreases the arc of movement. That's all the directions the gun could go, and that could affect your sight picture and your target. Breath control, you minimize it. Take a breath before each shot, let it out, be comfortable, then simply stop breathing while firing the shot. So you're breathing, stop, shoot, and you're cool. There's trigger control, don't jerk it. Triggers between the fingertip and the first joint of the index. Trigger squeeze straight. Rearward and smooth continuous movement. The trigger squeeze should produce a surprise break. Trigger squeeze and slight alignment are done while maintaining a minimum of arc of movement. You don't really want to move it much. Follow through, continuation of what you're doing, of the fundamentals of how you're shooting, with your aim, your breath control, and your grip. And the most important thing is the aiming and the trigger control. Align your sights, your trigger control. Don't want to jerk it. It should be a surprise. But I wanted to show you that, and those are some fundamentals of shooting. I hope this has been educational, especially for like a new shooter. I'm going to try to get more videos up here every once in a while, but this basically would be for you guys to take a look at, and it's basically like the number 2 lesson. I'll go back to 1, but I thought this is pretty important for most new shooters. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching the video, and I hope this was educational. Okay guys, I wanted to show you that as you see, all your ammunition is going to have the type of bullets, okay, on the box. These are already fired, but as you can see, it says Winchester 500s on them. Like I say, when you have the bullet, there's going to be a primer in the back. This primer is not fired yet, but if you fired it, it would have a little dimple in like this. Oh, that one don't have it. I like the dimple in this one here, I guess. Yeah, it would have dimples in like that. The firing pin hits those and fires it. Whether it's an automatic or a revolver, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, this is the projectile. There's gas in here. Once that fires, the gas ignites, pushes this bullet out. So this is the bullet, the projectile that comes out of the gun, okay, out of the barrel. Here's just a different type. But you notice they're all stamped on the back like this says Super 44 Magnum. So it says 44 Remington Mag. So you know that one. And then this one here says 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Okay. And they all say it on there, so you have no mistake that you can make on these bullets, you know, which type of gun they'll go in. So, you know, for caliber. And most of your guns too, if you look on them, how that says 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Most of your guns will say what caliber they are. If they don't say what caliber, that says 45 auto. A lot of times they'll just say the name of it, a P220 or whatever. We know that's a 45, but most of them will tell you if that's a 45 ACP. Okay, and I want to show you a little bit about sight picture. So I figure each video we get involved in, I might reiterate things at the end of it. Let me back this up here a little. Put this out. Okay, you always want to check that your gun is empty. Okay, this has a dummy round, and so you know there's probably a dummy round. Okay, the dummy round came out. Sight picture, if you look there, you can see the back sight and the front sight. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to line up the back and the front sight on the target. So let's say that's the bullseye. So you want to go right about there. You line it right up there. Now you can line it right on it like that, or you could write it like that. See that? That way, or physically half on it like that. But I wanted to show you that is your typical white sight, and that's a good sight picture right there. More about sight pictures when we get back into some of the other videos, but I wanted to show you that. But that's back about the ammunition, and even the dummy rounds, as you see, it says 45 auto on there. They even say what caliber they're for, 45 auto. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. I have these actually taken apart so you could kind of see the projectiles on how they look. So thanks for watching this, and let's continue on. Thank you.